Hello and welcome back to another UMR track showcase. Once again, we have two tracks coming up, and by the title of the stream, it is all about racetracks today. So both of the tracks we have racetrack in the name. Pretty straightforward. Starting off with Racetrack V3, created by SimCuber, someone we haven't seen before. At least if I'm remembering correctly, don't recognize the name. And I think that's the case for both of them in today's stream. Creators that we haven't actually seen a track from before. So it'll be quite interesting. So we have a rectangular area here with a twisty track in between. It looks like there's a few different routes. And we've got some... I don't think these are necessarily cuts. Probably slowdowns. Something we'll have to work out as we go through. Also, there's two drop downs here that go two different ways. One of which goes, it looks like close to the end, if you're lucky, or you wrap all the way back around to join onto the other route, which comes out here, which looks like it could actually save time. Based on the look of the length of the other part of the track. It looks fancy, it does look fancy. Yes, quite a few different routes. There's a setback there. That could be a shorter run. This looks like a shorter route. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. It could be a little bit confusing to follow. Possibly. And then we have a recovery point for anyone that falls off back to the start. Now, this doesn't have a start, finish, or checkpoints, interestingly. As you can see here. Which is going to make it even harder to follow. So what I was actually going to do is throw in a finish line and one checkpoint, just to make it a little bit easier to track, and so we can kind of do a race out of it. But I thought to start, I'll show you how it is in its form, its current form. And of course, exclamation mark join in the chat if you want to take part. We have 10 lanes, so that is 10 chances to win this first track showcase. And while we wait for people to do that, let's throw in these parts. See if I can remember them where they are straight away. We have not there. Racing. Okay, so let's have a light surface. Have a start finish here. Let's move that down. Let's pop that there. That should be right. And then we also need a checkpoint. And I think the safest way to use a checkpoint with all these different lanes that could go just about anywhere is to put it near the end. It just means the leaderboard won't update until they reach this point. Never sure how much you need to make sure it's covered. I like to make sure the checkpoint's nice and big to catch everything, just in case. And that should be enough. Otherwise, for all these different lanes, we'd need linked checkpoints and all that fancy stuff. So instead, just pop one at the end. And a start finish, and that should be just what we need. Perfect. Gonna do 3 laps. Don't know how long the laps will be, so we'll stick with 3. Doesn't look like it'd be too long of a track to go around. And I guess give it 1 more minute before we get started. Iceman just making it in time. An interesting looking track. And quite a simple colour scheme. The black on white, or I suppose white on black. Probably be the correct way around for this. very minimalistic looking. Yep, so double check that the joining is working. It's all good. We're all good. So let's spawn everyone in. So you see we've got 10 of everyone. So let's go. Let's get this started. I'm going to see what route is going to be the quickest here. So you can see people taking loads of different routes. Cut through there. So in terms of taking this little cut through here, definitely makes a lot of time, unless that's meant to be a setback. Again, because there was no checkpoints already built in, no idea what the intention of that was, as a setback or as a major shortcut. We've got a big setback there, pushing people here. Again, could be quicker than those going that way. I was right in saying this is going to be quite complicated to follow. But we do have a leading Wheatman. I don't think it's this one though. Where is our leading Wheatman? It is that one that has fallen off. So probably not going to be leading for much longer. I'm not sure where 99 is. That is currently in second. Although I imagine that's changed around. We won't know till the checkpoint is hit. So you can see the lane going down here as well. Quicker than going all the way back there. But there's 99. But it looks like 55 is the first one to the checkpoint. And we see Wheatman dropping places. Wow, this track is a lot more chaotic than I was expecting it to be from just looking at it. I will give it that. We have an Iceman jump into 6th. Another Iceman in 11th. So Iceman doing alright so far. So we have a Moo stuck. Going to get hit by 55. So yeah, whether the intention was for some of these to be setbacks, like I say, this one could have just been a setback, quite a big setback, other than a shortcut. Not sure what the intention by the creator was. Again, with having no checkpoints in place, I've just thrown one down at the end, so we have one. Maybe that is meant to be a setback, and the checkpoints are needed elsewhere, but with all these different routes, we would need some kind of linked checkpoints, most likely, or carefully placed ones. Probably get away with one here, but then you'd miss this lower route. Maybe one here, then that still captures them. Are they the only ones going underneath? No, so yeah. Not sure. Not sure. Oh, but we've already had a finish from 99, so yeah, quite a quick track. Quite a quick track. But 99 did take the win. Very quickly there. See what finishing positions the chat is actually finishing. The highest place currently is Iceman, dropping positions. Currently in 9th. And is going to cross the line in 9th, also in 11th. And no one else actually on the leaderboard. Oh, another Iceman popping in 20th. Iceman proving to be the best chatter on this track. And yeah, following this, literally 3 laps and there are marbles everywhere. So safe to say, not an easy track to follow, which I really was not expecting just from looking at it, and that is why we do a race on it. Test its performance in a race, see what it's like. in terms of racing flow, I suppose it's not too bad, but it is just the massive different routes, different lengths of the routes, and got like the really quick ones, the really slow ones. Makes it quite messy. Oh, and Wheatman's actually jumped into 20th, taking Iceman's final spot. We get an overview here. But I don't think we've lost anyone. So everyone definitely gets caught in the recovery. So we'll probably just be waiting for everyone to finish now. So I'd say in terms of style, in terms of looks, pretty nice looking track. I'll give it that. In terms of the racing itself, far too messy. For us to critique it, I would say it's far too messy. And that is what the track showcases are about. Critiquing. But not being critical, not being negative, but critiquing the tracks we view. Both myself and chat. You know, if chat has anything to say about the tracks, it is always more than welcome. As long as we're keeping it friendly. But yeah, I'd say it's a bit too messy. There's way too much going on to keep track of anything. Unless you're focusing on probably the front, you're probably going to lose track of where everyone is. I mean, within the first lap, I'd already lost track of where our top 3 were. So yeah, I'd say probably either less lanes or something that makes them a bit more consistent, doesn't spread everyone out quite so much so quickly. I mean, that might be what they're going for. Again, don't know what the intentions of the track necessarily were. Might have been to cause a bit of chaos, throw everyone about everywhere, mix up those positions. But it is hard to follow. I think I can safely say our top 20 have finished at this point. Not sure who we're waiting on finishing or how many we're waiting on. I will speed things up a little bit. But we only had 3 chatters make it into the top 20. That's a rough one. That is a rough one. It does seem like there is a bit of a drop off as well. I noticed quite a few dropping into the recovery area. I haven't really been seeing where exactly a lot of it's been happening. I have a feeling it's around this spot. And we're going to watch here, and then it's probably not going to be this spot. It looked like there's a fall there. Yeah, so sometimes they don't make it, sometimes they go too far. So, ooh, so I just had to cough a bit there. Something stuck in my throat. Yes, as I was saying, could probably do with lining this up a bit better. Maybe add some protection on the walls, something to make a little bit more consistency. I imagine it goes for a couple of the areas on this where people are falling. So yeah, a couple of minor improvements here and there, I'd say, to get it flowing a bit better, keep the race a bit more close together, and a few less falls in some places where it's probably not needed. Like that's already a setback, and then they're missing the setback, and then go even further back. Quite punishing. Yeah, not a bad track. Not bad. Let's see if we actually had any DNFs. We didn't, so everyone did finish in the end. Quite a bit of a time difference, over 3 laps for a relatively short track as well. So yeah, quite a quick one for the first one of this stream. Like I say, I'd set 3 laps, didn't know how long it would take them to get around. but we do have another one coming. So that was Racetrack V3 by SimCuber, again, creator that we haven't looked at any tracks from before. So we'll see if we find any more from SimCuber in the future, maybe. See if any pop up on the workshop, or if anyone submits any. See what else they have out there. Go check them out in the workshop if you want to find out for yourself as well. I'm guessing there's a Racetrack V1 and V2. And maybe there'll be a V4, who knows. But that was V3. And that's going to do it for the first one of this stream. And for those watching on YouTube, that is going to do it for this video. So if you want to watch these live, head over to the Twitch. And also head over to the Discord. Sign up to the event. We have the Christmas event coming up soon. Very soon. Sign-ups are currently open for that. So if you haven't already, make sure you sign up. And if you're not in the Discord, head over to the Discord, join, and sign up to enter that event. Plus, sign-ups will be opening for the next season, the next UMR season, sometime soon as well. Probably after the Christmas sign-ups close. Maybe, might be an overlap. There might be an overlap. So I can keep the sign-ups open long enough for enough people to join. Not sure on the exact date for the opening of that yet, but stay tuned in the Discord for that. You don't want to miss out. There'll be a £100 prize pool for this season, so you really don't want to miss out. But that'll do it for this one for those on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.